We welcome you into North Gwinnett High School in Swanee, Georgia. It is the nightcap of the Saturday night first day of the Jared Cook Tip-Off Classic. Joel Hilsman, joined by Brandon Clay. We're glad that you're with us. The SUV TV. North Gwinnett taking on Central Gwinnett. Central Gwinnett wins the tip. They are all in the black, moving left to right. And North Gwinnett in the white with the red numbers. And there's the floating jumper air ball to begin the game by Jaquan Morris. We'll set the lineups, the starters. Jaquan Morris, Kevin Lewis-Charles, Jalen Hillary, Bernard Cassanda, and Kevin Stamps for Central Gwinnett. For the North Gwinnett Bulldogs, it'll be Ethan Smith, Adam Jones, Kobe Lefson, Brandon Maffei, and Mikey Joseph. Season opener for both teams. They enter 0-0. Stamps will pull a long three. It is short, battling around top, out of bounds, and it will stay with Central Gwinnett.
Well, and that's Stamps' game right there. His ability, he wants to shoot the basketball facing up, been to multiple Elite Basketball Academy camps, and really is a threat to score it inside the mid-range, but also can score the long jumper, as you see right there. Lewis-Charles make a play, another EBA alum. Nice dribble drive to the rim there to finish.
Charles cracks into the scorer's book. Kevin Lewis-Charles, his first deuce. Coming back this way, Ethan Smith. Smith picked up the dribble there, goes in the corner to Joseph. Joseph down low, he spins up, leaps it up and in. Good move. Used the body. That was Maffei, Brandon Maffei used the body, was patient and scored.
Yeah, that young man does a great job. He actually does some part-time work there at the UPS store down the street, man. We're a client, and he very helpful, man. That was a great move on the post, young fella.
We're off the parcel that time, that's for sure. There's Stamps down. Oh! Sitting on the rim, Kevin Stamps with a big emphatic deuce.
Well, then Coach Mayweather's talked to us a lot about Stamps and his progression and development. And one of the things that he's talked about is just watching Stamps mature as an individual. Had to get on him a little bit in the preseason just to make sure that he was dialed in, knowing just how important a guy he was going to be this year. And you see Stamps coming out with the early energy. USC Aiken on hand tonight to watch him play, and a great start here for the senior post player.
I wanted to see how good your hands were right there.
Hey, I was ready, man. I was about to catch that thing with one hand. Always got the Twitter feed up, man. Make sure I use the hashtag AskBClay if you have any questions here during the broadcast.
There you go, AskBClay. And, of course, I'm at Jay Hilsman all the time. There's a float. Off, no good. Rebound is going to come down to Lewis-Charles, and now they'll push it quickly. Oh. Lost the string on that one. A turnover for Central Gwinnett.
Hey, he just wanted to see how good the cheerleaders' hands were. If somebody's going to catch that, if they were going to duck and hide as if a missile was coming their way.
North Gwinnett, the host school, so their cheerleaders are on that back baseline. Central Gwinnett decided they were going to bring their cheerleaders anyway because it is a Gwinnett thing. Region 7, Region 8.
You know we love it, man. And it always brings a certain air of the fact that it's official. Yeah. You know, when the cheerleaders are here, whether anybody cheers with them or not, it's just an official event when they walk in the door. So we're ready to go.
3-ball in and out by Leafs from Central Gwinnett. Now coming back this way quickly, driving.
Great move.
Nice layup, good by Jalen Hillary.
That's another young man. We call him Jordan Adams, man. You know, in honor of the former Central Gwinnett school attendee, now turned NBA star. Good size, and Hillary's lost some weight, really trimmed up his frame. Great play. Oh, that's a great basketball play there. Couldn't connect the finish. And I like what Matt Garner's doing in his first year at the helm of this North Gwinnett program. This is a great matchup between Brandon Mayweather tonight and Matt Garner, two guys who just as recently as 10 years ago were playing high school basketball here in these gyms. Mayweather at Decula and Garner here at North Gwinnett.
A 3-ball goes down by Jaquan Morris. That makes it 9-2. We're coming up on 3 minutes gone by. Joel Hilsman, Brandon Clay, glad that you are with us. North Gwinnett versus Central Gwinnett. Day 1 of the 3-day Jared Cook Tip-Off Classic. Stepping into a 3. Bang, bang. All 3 of them, Mikey Joseph.
Well, that's the way they're going to play, man, whether it's Leafson, whether it's Ethan Smith, Joseph. North Gwinnett is going to look to stretch the floor with the 3, and that's going to be a lot of how their offense is created, especially with Central Gwinnett having a little bit of length with Hillary and then with Stamps on the back line. They're going to have to knock down some shots early to spread the floor a little bit here.
You mentioned Matt Garner coming in his first year, replacing Zach Smith, who found some success with this North Gwinnett program in the time that he was here.
No question. Well, it dates back to, ironically, Matt's father, Lynn Garner, who's actually here on hand tonight. He's been a part of the North Gwinnett coaching staff, you know, since the late 90s, early 2000s. coach Ralph Nunn, and he was the head coach, Lynn was, and now Matt is the head coach here. So a lot like the Bush family with the presidency, man, this is a run of Garners here at North Gwinnett. Matt will do a fantastic job, even-keeled guy, sharp, running to those guys a lot after the games over there at Buffalo Wild Wings, Taco Mac, and just have a chance to chop it up with them and the way that they prepare. And even down to the uniforms, you see the old school English on them. I mean, this place has a lot of pride. That's been the buzzword even since my playing days back in the late 90s. And Garner and his crew are going to do a great job of holding that tradition, no doubt about it.
Yeah, you love the script.
Oh, it's smooth, isn't it?
It's beautiful. It kind of puts me in the mind of the NBA uniforms they're going to have for Christmas. Their script. Nothing wrong with it. People thought cursive went away, isn't it?
I don't use it anymore, but obviously the folks designing North jerseys did. They did a good job. This game right here, good pace here early, 9-6. If both of these teams scored in the 60s, that would be a nice matchup here in terms of what we're going to get offensively. So keep an eye on that.
Brandon Maffei again, but then coming right back and scoring was Jalen Hillary.
Young Jordan Adams, a.k.a. Jalen Hillary there. Hillary's a guy that's more known for his ability to make the open jump shot, but we talked about his improved frame, his willingness to work and get better, and it's allowing him to create some off the dribble, which is not what we're accustomed to seeing from Hillary.
Off the pin down, I would feed the post. Ethan Smith is going to drive, picked up his dribble, they're going to kick it in the lane. There's a float. It's off, no good, tip out of bounds, and it will go to Central Gwinnett. Mikey Joseph has been active already. He's got 4 points, and Brandon Maffei, he has 4 points. Substitutions now. Adrian Antonio checks into the contest. Quickly up ahead, now they hold it over on the right side is Morris. Morris now dumps it back. He gets it back and shoots it to southpaw. A three off the right wing. It's good. Jaquan Morris, he has 2 threes in this quarter.
And you notice both teams are playing basketball, the air quote, the right way. And I think a lot of that goes back to Mayweather and Garner's upbringing here. You know, whether it was playing for club teams that practiced in the North Gwinnett old gym the way that Brandon did, or playing for the high school team itself the way that Matt did, there's a certain style of play. The extra pass, the hockey assist, even in three, or even in transition, you take an open three, and that's what you're seeing from both teams early. Amazingly, Central is being the aggressive from the three-point line, but that's something we would have expected from North Gwinnett coming into the game.
A three-pointer knocked in by Quentin Turner. That is the third three in this first quarter by Central Gwinnett. North Gwinnett has to call time, 2:43 to go, and they are trailing 17-8. A 30-second.
The 2015 Jared Cook Tip-Off Classic, powered by SUV TV, sponsored by Marco's Pizza, authentic Italian pizza, Katie Customs, the official custom socks of the Jared Cook Classic, Motive Deals, motivated, digital, fundraising, and CoachHemi.com, the coach's source for X's and O's.
Oh, great play.
And a turnover and then a foul.
It looks like they actually got Hillary stepped in front, made the play, but was on the line.
Yep. So
they got him on the line. Defensive back with the INT, man, but he couldn't stay in bounds.
That's right. And he saw a lot of passes last night, that's for sure. A long three from the right wing. It's good. Butter by Colby Leeson.
Like I said, patience. And Leeson reminds me a lot of a guy who actually used to play here in this gym named William Reeves. Shooter, the ability to make shots, great reverse there. So many dynamics here early in this game, Joe.
We are getting the history lesson firsthand from Brandon Clay, but that's how it is, man. When you build those memories and you're back in those gyms and you got programs that are competing at a high level, it brings it out. The Jared Cook Tip-Off Classic right here, the SUVTV.com. Joe Hilsman, Brandon Clay, glad to be with you. North Gwinnett taking on Central Gwinnett, season opener for both teams. Substitutions now. Derek Lawrence will check into the contest now for the Black Knights. Ethan Smith, nice. A layup, no, gonna put it back in. Good, a good float. Ryan Smith, offensive rebound and put back after Adam Jones missed on the entry pass on the inbound.
When you see Smith's gonna be kind of an energy guy, we call those hustle man fours. You know, where maybe the perimeter skill isn't that of, traditional guys, almost that Victor Enoch flow, obviously smaller, but in terms of what he brings to the table. So in that regard, look for that from Smith here as they go to a nice little 4-around-1, using Smith as the screener. A little X action, a little wheel action. They were able to get something cheap and get a ball here inbounded on the baseline.
Yeah, out of bounds. A foul was called on Adrian Antonio. Inbound now, back out. Wanted to take the three. He does. It's going to be short. Rebound, hit the floor. They hustle and fight for it. Coming away with it now is Quentin Turner.
He was so open, he was surprised.
Got to shoot it the first time.
Yeah, he should have taken it, but he was so open that he was surprised he was that open.
Stop. There's a three in the corner. Delon Smith, no good. Rebound going to be ripped down out of there by Jalen Henry. He gets it up ahead to Morris. Morris now going to attack. Goes up with the left hand, and he was fouled. He'll go to the line and shoot two. Ethan Smith in disbelief. He'll be hit with the foul.
Foul is charged to number 5, Ethan Smith. Puts number 20, Jaquan Morris.
That'll be Smith's first foul and the team's first foul. And going to the free throw line will be Jaquan Morris, the lefty. First free throw is good by Morris.
Well, this is good production. I mean, if you'd have told Brandon Mayweather coming into this night, you're going to be in a position where Jamal John's not going to be on hand, Zion Flewellen's not going to be on hand, Jaquan Morris is going 7 in the first quarter, and you're going to lead the home team by 7 with a minute to go. You're like, oh, okay, I'll take that and run, and that's exactly what's happening right now. So great start for them.
73 seconds to go here in this first quarter, and Morris steps up, and he has really been producing. Morris now with 8 points, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, and he's hit a pair of 3 balls. So Smith will inbound it to Adam Jones. Jones will bring it across the timeline, now swings it over.
Got a quick note there on Morris. Morris actually transferred in this year. He's a junior, transferred from Collins Hill. So it's going to give them some good minutes. Anytime you can get, we call them in-county transfers, you know, that's a guy that 8 points first is showing you why it was such a big deal to be able to go ahead and get him in the first place.
Driving down the lane, Smith shot up, no, couldn't get the roll. Rebound ripped down there by Antonio. Now pitching it quickly is Lawrence. Lawrence going to go all the way using speed on Jones. Kicks it back in a turnover. Bad decision. Got too far down low and couldn't make the move. He gives it over. Stop. Going to try to walk into a three. Pump fake. Lean in. It's going to be off the front of the rim and a rebound now. Going to get an outlet. He's got his man running down there. That's Stamps. Stamps going to take it and give it back out. They'll set it and be easy with Turner. Good ball action around the wing. They're swinging the ball, moving the ball along, 3, in and out. Got a good shot. Rebound now to Smith.
Well,
Cannot complain about that.
No, that's a great basketball play. Stamps has a decent look, gives it up, makes the one more for a really good look. That's the way you want to play basketball.
Smith now kicks it to the top to Mayfay. Mayfay over to Smith. There's Ethan Smith and Delon Smith. Delon number 3 and Ethan number 5.
They've struggled, they being North Gwinnett in this instance, Joel, to find a rhythm offensively. Even Leafson is struggling to find where to pull his shots. And remember, this is a team that offensively was dominated by Cam Calhoun last year. So Cam's gone now. Now, through the first 3 or 4 games of the year, they're going to have to determine who's going to be our primary scorer, who's going to be that person who sets the tempo and the pace for us. Oh, the long 75-footer almost dropped there to close out the quarter. But you're watching 2 teams kind of feeling their way out. Central obviously has been big in terms of Jaquan Morris's performance, and then Hillary with those couple of buckets early. But both teams in the first 4 or 5 games are going to have to figure out where their points are going to come from. How are we going to get the production that we want, and how can we make that happen? And that's what you're watching so far, I think, in the first 8 minutes.
21-13, second quarter action coming up right here. This is SUV TV. Welcome you back to North Gwinnett High School in Suwanee, Georgia. It is North Gwinnett taking on Central Gwinnett. Second quarter action. North Gwinnett in the white, Central Gwinnett in the black. Feeding the post and off the window is good by Mikey Joseph.
Well, North Gwinnett's been able to get the ball entered into the post multiple times. Now they just have to make sure they're converting those opportunities, whether it's down low to Brandon, whether it's down low to a Joseph, a smaller guard that's going to post up. However they get it in there, once they get the ball entered, they've got to score. And if they can do that, hopefully that's the type of stuff that on the double down, the pinch down, now Leafson gets some open shots from beyond the arc as a result.
Just underway in the second quarter, a long three out of the right wing. It is no good. Rebound, ripped down by Stamps, and Stamps was fouled by Brandon Maffei. I don't know why I'm getting Leafson and Maffei confused. Going to the line will be Kevin Stamps. Free throw by Stamps, in and out, no good.
DeLon Smith back into the game for the Bulldogs.
Smith will come in, DeLon Smith, and Mikey Joseph will take a seat. DeLon Smith, Ethan Smith, Ryan Smith. It's a Smith fest. Free throw is good by Stamps. Jalen Hillary checks in, and then taking a seat will be Quentin Turner.
Go. On the ball pressure.
For Central Gwinnett. Now here's DeLon Smith being picked up by Kofor, who has checked in the game. Xavier Kofor. Kick it over, coming off on a pop at the top. It wasn't there. Smith now going to go in the corner, try to kick it all the way across. There's Ethan Smith, puts it on the floor. Ethan driving off the window. No, got his own rebound. Up, foul by Hillary.
Well,
good offensive rebound.
I was just about to say, they're going to need one of the Smiths, whether it's DeLon or whether it's Ethan, to be able to manufacture a little offense to give them some help for Leafson. Leafson really is a catch-and-shoot guy. So they need somebody on the perimeter that can create and get downhill to open up the floor. Obviously, the post entry is great, but you're not going to be able to score, in theory, 30, 35 points nightly on post entry passes and feeds at the high school level. You've got to find another way. And this is not a team that, at least right now, is built to score in transition. So it's going to have to come from half court from the guard play in order to make that happen.
And you mentioned that they have not gotten out and pushed it. Rebound is going to come down to Leafson. Leafson now, they're trying to get the points in transition right here. Going all the way, layup, no. Smith on the glass, no. They still get the offensive rebound. Smith in the paint, up, shot, no good. They tip, fight for it. Adam Jones unable to get it. Man, great job by Smith with the steal. Smith up, got it blocked by Stamps. Jones still hustling around with it, out of bounds, and it will stay with North Gwinnett.
And I think that possession right there is a great example of what I was talking about. It's hard for Leafson or Smith to get into the teeth of the defense in transition, full speed, and still convert. It's a twofold process, and I think sometimes we watch the pros and we watch those elite level college guys and you forget or just don't know how difficult it is to get to the spot and then convert at the spot with the defender right there on top of you. And that's a great example of how difficult it is. So you have to manufacture your points in the half court, as Ethan Smith does right there from the corner.
Ethan Smith knocked in that three. This is why I love broadcasting with Brandon. He had the big man running. Big man didn't say nothing. You got to let him know you're running there with him. Dump that thing off. Bang, bang. A three, Jalen Hillary off the bench.
And that's what we're used to seeing from Hillary. You just see him give the nice little gesture to let everybody in the crowd know he just hit three.
He did. It's a 6-point game, 25-19. Coming up on 2 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. North Gwinnett and Central Gwinnett. Pop it out to Leafson. Leafson to Ethan. Ethan Smith picks up his dribble. Now he's trying to feed the post, but the double was coming. There's DeLon Smith. Smith kicks it back out to the top. Ethan Smith passes it to us. and Brandon Merriweather, again in the Central Gwinnett staff, knocking that ball down.
Hillary, go play post.
Kevin Stamps will inbound it. Also, you like Coach Merriweather's outfit? I like the jacket.
I do. He's smooth, man.
Yeah,
That's a clean dude with like the real Cole Honflow on his feet, man. Coach of the Year award, man, in terms of the dress.
Very
Tough
clean.
move.
Nice drive in there. Lawrence scored.
Matter of fact, that's the new category, man. We're going to start having a run. You know Doug Wheeler from Lipscomb's going to be in there.
Yeah.
There's some certain people that are going to be in the mix now. But Mayweather, man, could be the dark horse.
It's clean, man. It's clean. You know, you talk about the North Gwinnett retro uniform. It's got that retro look to him as well.
That's awesome. I love it. Oh, as they
Man.
converge on Brandon right there. Tough play. But again, North Gwinnett has done a good job of entering the basketball into the post. They just got to find ways now to score it.
the thing is, when you talk about creating, we see that ball movement, and we talk about basketball on a lot of levels. It's like when T getting in the game for the Hawks.
No question.
Who is going to create?
Yep.
Same thing here right now with North Gwinnett.
Well, you know what's interesting on the Hawks tip is that they've gotten some great minutes from Dennis. And we've talked about that in our group message where, maybe he still isn't at the point yet because he really is a transition change of pace third down running back, right? So maybe he's not a go-to guy at the position the way that Zach Levine for the Minnesota Timberwolves is emerging as a go-to point guard or things like that. But you need that. You need somebody who can bring something different when you're not getting those points and that production from Teague, and that's something that Schroeder's been able to bring to the table.
And you know what I really think helped Schroeder was this summer with the German team. He really excelled well, got to play under Nowitzki again. He really played very good ball over the summer with Germany.
No question. I think you started to see some of that during the playoffs.
Yes.
The ECF when he was getting some of those minutes and giving them some good production. Oh, good play there. And there's the transition stuff for North. And now a bucket here, a bucket there, a manufactured bucket from the corner for Ethan Smith, the bucket in transition now for DeLon Smith. Now you're starting to see him get some stuff, and Central's missing some baskets.
Yeah.
So it's just an ebb and flow. And I talked about Coach Garner in that early timeout. Hey, we're okay. We got to make something, but we're going to be fine. Let's not let this thing stretch out. And that's exactly what they've done with the lead being at 5 right now.
Jones' three-pointer is no good. You mentioned Central Gwinnett missing, and North Gwinnett doing a good job of limiting them to one shot.
No question. Great point there.
Here comes Smith again. Smith gonna attack all the way to the hoop. Goes up with the left hand, no. Rebound, Maffei up. He'll be fouled and go to the free throw line.
Well, and notice that the tide has turned, not from a momentum standpoint as much as from a shot selection standpoint. As we see the instant replay here, the attack, the play, and still just presence of mind to stay around the basketball and be able to convert there for DeLon Smith. Great finish. I think when you talk about what's happened with North and Central, Central got a couple of shots early. Jalen Hillary with the dribble drive. They got a nice little reverse there early for Morris. They made some plays happen in transition at the rim. Right now they're settling for threes. Every possession up and down is a three. Where North Gwinnett now is starting to get it to the rim a little bit, get to the free throw line. They're getting the easy shots. So Central Gwinnett's got to find a way. Coach Mayweather and his crew have got to find a way to get back to doing that the way that they were early in this game.
Coach Mayweather continuing to coach. And they will be hit with a lane violation, so the second free throw will not count. 2 of 3 from the free throw line for Brandon Maffei, and Ryan Smith will check back in, and Maffei will take a seat. 4-point game. It's 27-23. Central Gwinnett with a 4-point lead and are working on offense as they move left to right. In at the position is Quentin Turner. He's back in, and a steal. Here's a steal by DeLon Smith from North Gwinnett. Gonna go all the way, took the contact, got it blocked. Morris swatted it out of there with long tentacles. Here he comes back this way, moving down the lane, dumped it off on the pass, it wasn't ready. Kick it back out and a turnover. Leafson will come away with the turnover.
And you got to get a shot on goal there. Whether it goes in or not is a whole other story, but you've got to get a shot on goal. Leafson's going to get a shot on goal.
No good. Offensive rebound. Smith and foul. Right now, North Gwinnett, we talked about no identity. They're just hustling and making the extra plays and extra effort plays.
No question. Well, they're giving themselves a chance to score the basketball at the free throw line and at the rim. I like the shot that Leafson took in transition. That's the type of player that he is. Finally getting an opportunity now to get a clean look, so that's a good shot. But you're right, North has really built the run and built the comeback here on being able to make plays at the rim with energy, getting stops on the other end one time, no offensive rebounds being given up. Really that lunch pail work ethic, which is what you're going to expect from Coach Garner all season.
I just was going to say, I don't want to say they're junking up the game.
They are. It's exactly what you're supposed to do.
They are. It's the hard hat lunch pail. Do we have a clock issue? 3:37 to go, second quarter. Central Gwinnett lead down to 2 now, and it's just been the scrapping and knit and grit of the North Gwinnett Bulldogs at the moment. They were inbounded, and here comes Lawrence. Cassandra swings it over on the right side to Turner. Turner's going to drive and go all the way. Ryan Smith bothered it and got the rebound again, and here's Ethan Smith. Ethan Smith will bring it across the timeline, give it over to Lon Smith. All 3 Smiths are on the floor now for North Gwinnett. Leafson to the top. Adam Jones pop. He goes over. Haven't seen Jones attack. Long three. Ethan Smith, no good. Rebound is tipped and came away, and now here comes Central Gwinnett.
Yeah, I don't know if Coach Garner's going to want that from Ethan Smith. That's a little bit out of range there.
He would have been 2 or 3 steps behind the NBA line. Leafson all the way in transition. No, they still fight. Get the offensive rebound, put it off the window and good, and look at that. A tie ball game.
Again, lunch pail. You know, coming with your hard hat on, miss the first shot, stay with it, get your offensive rebound and make a play. And again, Central's inability to score the basketball. At some point, you're going to give up some points. But when you're rolling the way they were early, you've got to find ways to keep scoring. And I think a lot of that, you know, Hillary, Stamps, and Morris are going to be responsible for scoring the basketball. And those guys, if you look at the second quarter sheet, haven't really heard from them. Those are guys that have got to score the ball. Hillary hit that three early in the quarter, but neither Stamps has a free throw. Morris hadn't scored. So you've got 4 points from your big three. That's not going to cut it.
Checking in for the first time is Karsten Miller. Yeah, a lot of that has been a lot of North Gwinnett's doing, though, and they're not doing anything extravagant on the defensive end.
No question. This is a shot you got to hit. Clean shot, runs through the double screen. They actually pushed the double screen. Looked like they were going to get hit for the foul. Foul wasn't called there.
Morris three is no good. Now coming back this way, checking in, fresh off the bench, Karsten Miller. He got fouled, and he walks up and toe the line.
Hey, you see, Coach Mayweather none too happy about that. I saw what he saw. They busted through the double screen with a two-man push. As you see him talking to John Woods about it.
So at the free throw line, first free throw no good by Karsten Miller. And right now, too, we're talking about nothing specific from defense. Central Gwinnett's field goal percentage is not great right now in the last few moments. Tie ball game, 27-27. Miller looking to shoot North Gwinnett into the lead. The free throw is good, and they have the lead for the first time. 28-27.
Well, and credit Coach Garner and his staff for putting these matchups together. The Sequoia-Decula game, good. You know, obviously it was going to be tough to find a matchup good enough for Green Forest, especially when Peachtree Ridge had the kids transfer out. You know, these contracts are drawn up in the springtime. You know, so it was going to be hard to go back and find one good enough for Green Forest. But even that was competitive. You know, Peachtree Ridge competed in that game. And then obviously the nightcap been wonderful here so far.
And I'll tell you what, I like Decula and how they played. I really like how they got out and played today.
Well, and withstood the Sequoia run coming back.
Made that push, what was it, 5 minutes, 15 seconds to go to the 4-point game, and then the next 3 minutes they just, okay, you know what, let's just pull away.
Well, you know what's interesting? You have moments where when you watch a lot of basketball, you just feel it coming.
Yeah.
You know, and you remember I said in that timeout, it's going to be interesting to see if they can sustain. You saw them kind of holding Cam Cox and Usher were a little tired, and I think that's something to watch here in this game as we get into the fourth. You know, early in the season, you know, who's the better conditioned team and who can pull ahead in the third and give themselves a little wiggle room and space. They're going to need Leafson to get going. Otherwise, I think they're going to have a hard time winning this one if he finishes with 6 or 8. Great move there, and there's the transition, easy stuff that Central Gwinnett's got to get back to do.
Derek Lawrence with the hoop in transition to give them a 1-point lead with 1:35 to go, and now a foul in the backcourt on the Black Knights.
Well, unfortunately, that puts them in the bonus now.
Yeah.
They'll shoot bonus the rest of the way. North still with 1 foul to give here in the last $1:30.
Adam Jones will be walking to the free throw line, and we'll go ahead and get it out of the way. I don't know if that's Todd Gurley's cousin. That was the trending question during warm-ups and in between the games. Jones free throw, no good on the front end on the 1-and-1.
He definitely favors him, man.
Yes, he does. Now driving, sliding to a spot.
Oh, they got away with one if they can save it. They got away with one, and they're going to draw that 6th foul on North Gwinnett. Lawrence definitely with the slide and with the walk right there. They just didn't bust him for it.
Yep, they did. He did slide.
Coach Mayweather can't complain about that push to the double screen. Now they're even, man.
Derek Lawrence will bring it into the full court between the rings and works it over to Morris. Morris picked up by Leeson. They go to the top to Stamps. Stamps now going to feed the entry. Stolen. Dylan Smith with the steal. Slow break all the way. Reverse lay. No. Rebound. Ryan Smith up and in good.
Ryan Smith, we talked about the energy that he brought there in the first quarter, and that's 2 times now in which he's made a play around the rim.
Ofer misses it, and here comes Leifson. Oh, he goes behind the back and steps and pulls a three. It's going to hit the front iron. No good. Stamps on the rebound. Outletting it, and now here comes Lawrence.
It's almost, you're watching Leifson right now, he's almost trying too hard to get into a rhythm. Past couple threes, just settle down as you see Coach Garner talking to him. Just settle down, play your game, and get yourself a shot here. It's short.
Oh, checking back in now is Brandon Maffei. It's time to look at our ATL Peach Elite Series instant replay.
See the hustle there. Smith on the glass doing the dirty work on the offside and the finish.
30-29. Now going Miller all the way, no good. They're flipping up a lot of things. They obviously have the offensive rebound advantage, but unable to get it that time. Stamps out the head of the key. Gonna go with a back pass, bad pass. Tipped and stolen away. Miller gets it up ahead to Leifson. Leifson again in transition. Another layup, blown layup, no good. Stamps saved it. Diving on the floor is Miller. Miller picked it up, and they're gonna call a foul. Wow, I thought you just let him play now, Mr. Ref.
Interestingly enough, he rolled over the basketball, but that being said, Stamps has got to make sure to take care of the basketball. He's going to see in the instant replay, as you see him kind of fall there and they call the foul. It looked like, honestly, his behind fell on top of the basketball and he just rolled right off of him. But it happens sometimes.
Miller now struggling at the free throw line. He's only 1 of 3 after that miss. He's been cold off the bench, and now he comes in and expected to score. All right, now Miles Carter will check in, making his first appearance here in the second quarter and in the first appearance in the game. Well, Coach Garner here, late substitutions, trying to get some people a blow, an extra blow. Miller knocks in the free throw. He's 2 of 4. They push the lead out to 2 now. Here's Morris. Morris worked on by Miller. The lefty going to go across the lane. Now kicks it over to Hillary. Hillary with a
That's
three.
what Hillary does. That's what he does.
He has 2 threes in this quarter.
Great pass there for Morris to identify him.
Long foul. That almost went in though, folks. Threw it up. Are they going to give him 2 or 3? They're going to give him 2. And the foul was called on Derek Lawrence. 0.5 of a second left. 1 point ball game, 32-31 moments here before the half.
Lawrence is a guy just last night came off the football field. Been on the football field. Rotation guy here early in the season for Coach Mayweather. A guy who potentially could be in the starting lineup before the year's over. And those are the types of plays you make when you come right off the football field, Still in aggression, man. Fortunately for them, North Gwinnett couldn't capitalize.
Good night. It is a 32-31 halftime score. Central Gwinnett with the lead. He's Brandon Clay. I'm Joel Hillsman. This is your ATL Peach Elite Series instant replay right here from the Jared Cook Tip-Off Classic, the SUVTV.com.
The 2015 Jared Cook Tip-Off Classic, powered by SUV TV, sponsored by Marco's Pizza, authentic Italian pizza, Katie Customs, the official custom sock of the Jared Cook Classic, Motive Deals, motivated, digital, fundraising, and CoachHimmy.com, the coach's source for X's and O's.
The feeling of the perfect shot feels effortless to me. Right when I release that shot, it just feels serene and quiet. It's only me and the rim and the basketball. With my height, to have an impact and to be the player that I wanted to be, I needed to change my shot, and that was going to be something that would be beneficial for the long term. The process started just breaking my shot down from the initial release to the follow-through. And there were days that I couldn't even get the ball to the rim. There were days that I couldn't go outside of the paint area. It was very frustrating to not be able to shoot the way that I wanted to. The hardest part of that process was definitely the patience. But if I just stuck to getting better every day, eventually I would be able to shoot where I wanted to, anywhere on the floor. Went through some tough days, but found a way to just persevere and see it through. It starts with a great base and great foundation and allows everything to feel perfect. I can do all things.
We welcome you back for second half action between North Gwinnett and Central Gwinnett. Joel Hillsman here live at North Gwinnett High School. It is the Jared Cook Tip-Off Classic, and Kevin Stamps in the book early here in this second half with that layup for the first hoop. Jalen Hillary was the high for Central Gwinnett. He had 10 in that first half. Jaquan Morris had 8. And North Gwinnett using a balanced effort as Brandon Maffei, Ryan Smith, and Mikey Joseph all had 6. So here's Leifson. Leifson foul, and he slides across the foul line, and it'll be the first foul. The foul will be on so number 23, that's going to be Kevin Lewis Charles. His first and the team's first. Excuse me, his second and the team's first. Pass was almost deflected. There's Leifson. Leifson kicks it to the top. Ethan Smith, a long 3. Kaboom.
That's a good shot right there in rhythm. And he was about 22, 23 feet out instead of 27 there to close out the half a little bit earlier. Great shot there from Smith and a nice pass from Leifson to put him in position to make that.
Hillary right back at you. Take
right
that
back
with
you. I love it, boy.
Hillary with a 3. That's his third 3 of the contest. He has now 13 in the game. Now driving all the way, going with the finger rolling layup. Give me some butter with that roll, Mikey Joseph.
That was smooth, man. That was smooth.
A long 3.
Hey, this is a great pace and momentum here early to start the half. Both teams taking good shots, making 3s, but more so than anything, their playmakers are taking the shots.
Ethan now swinging in the corner. Leifson, long cross-court pass. Wanted to pull the 3, now does pull the 3. Hesitation, we talked about that earlier. No good, good hustle. Put it on the floor. Maffei turns and scoops it in, good.
The turn and the slick ball fake Stamps out. Stamps jump to the next pass as opposed to staying with the basketball.
Long 3, Hillary, front, short, no good. Rebound going to be picked up by Mikey Joseph. Coach Mayweather wanted a foul as it happened right there in front of him. So here's Ethan Smith into the forecourt, now over to Leifson. Leifson has it on the right wing, now kicks it to the top as Ethan Smith popped out, and we've got a whistle. And I think they're going to hit Lewis Charles with that as well.
Well, it's tough. Remember this now, 5:45 here in the third. The last thing you want to do is let North get into the bonus early.
Very early.
You know, you just don't want to put yourself in that position here in the second half and give a team a program that traditionally shoots free throws well a chance to make free throws.
Here comes Bernard Casanda with the layup, good.
Looked like they got away with a little hit there on the knee.
They did. 42-38, 4-point lead. Kick it over. There's Adam Jones back to Ethan Smith. Jones picked up his dribble, now has to give it over to Jones. Smith to Jones, and they play pitch over there on the right wing. Sitting it on the floor, but as you can see, no one is able to attack. We talked about that, being able to create your own shot. Smith going to turn and shoot. Squared up, no good. Tip, fight for the rebound, going to come down to Central Gwinnett. Hillary running up ahead. He's got Casanda back to Hillary. Hillary all the way left. Good.
What great basketball there. The pitch up, you give it ahead, the back to him from Casanda there. And you see Coach Mayweather, his crew excited. And remember here, same as the first half, Central Gwinnett got out running a little bit. As you see the ATL Peach Elite Series replay, give the go back to him for the layup in transition, Jalen Hillary.
Nice move there by Jalen Hillary.
He's killing it.
Yeah, up to 15 points now.
And a nice combination, layups and then 3-pointers as well. We talked about scoring at 2 levels. He's been doing that.
Yeah, and Kevin Stamps picked it up now. He has 5 points at the 2 and the 3 ball. So North Gwinnett calling that 30-second timeout. 5:03, so we've just about played 3 minutes here in this third quarter. You know, one thing I've enjoyed about this event, the DJ.
DJ Webb.
The DJ has really had it festive all afternoon here. Day 1, this is the nightcap of day 1.
I can't wait, man.
Monday and Tuesday.
The nightcap of day 3, that Tuesday night.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, Simmons and Simons, I had that circle for a minute, man. I know what time it is. I'm ready for that one.
Yes, indeed. Gainesville will be repping. All right, back on the floor. Here we go. Leifson off that screen. No good. They're able to come, and they're getting some pops. He got the offensive rebound, put it up and fell in. Kobe Leifson. The point I was going to make, the actions that they're able to run, they're coming off in a lot of catch-and-shoot stuff.
No question, and definitely in terms of a motion system in that you're getting a lot of movement off the basketball. North Gwinnett's not going to be, it's interesting because the new wave right now in basketball is the high ball screen. It's the on-ball action. As you see, the instant replay here, Leeson going to track down his own miss, gets it back, and then the tough finish there.
With the left.
That's tough right there.
Dylan Smith is in. There's Leafson. Leafson now feeds it into the post. Yeah, he was bear hugging him down there. Foul on Antonio.
Well, now you see in terms of the movements and the action, even with that play there from Leafson, again, it's off the ball action, which is very much throwback action in terms of how the game is being played right now. A lot of what Steph Curry gets is on ball screen.
That shot is off, no good by Dylan Smith. Central Gwinnett trying to quickly come in, and Coach Mayweather says, who'll be easy with it? Swing it over to Morris. Morris pulls a three. No good. Rebound is going to come down to Ethan Smith. Smith now going to run it in transition. Smith dumps it over to the right. Stop. Oh, you escape dribble. Pull up three. It is short. Got his own rebound. Goes back up. Layup good. Leafson aggressive, cleaning up his own mess. Kick it back out to the top. There's Morris. Smith closed out very well. Morris went and drove anyway. Oh, reverse layup good by Adrian Antonio. He has 4 points, his second field goal. 46-42, 3:30 to go, third quarter. You can kind of tell it's getting intense inside of the North Gwinnett Gymnasium, the main gym. Nice move all the way, used his body, couldn't get it, recovered it, back up by Maffei, no good. Rebound is going to be ripped down there, and here they come in transition. He's got Morris up ahead, layup good.
Once again, manufacturing quick points there. That was a great play there by Antonio defensively. Hands up, not fouling, good quality outlet up ahead so that they could get the ball to Morris.
Morris now in double figures, he has 10. Bounces it down low. Now here, the right shot coming off that screen again. There's Leafson. It wasn't there. Good closeout defensively there by the Black Knights. Now going to feed the post and go down to Mikey Joseph. Turning, left hook, no good. Rebound going to come down and they'll take it away. That's Hillary. Hillary in transition, kicks it up. Morris, stop, head fake. Now going to go down the baseline. Give it off to Antonio. Layup, no, it rolled off. Not living right, Antonio. Ball rolled off. Rebound snatched down by Joseph. So they big feed down McFay. McFay got it blocked.
Living right, Antonio. Block on the other end.
You didn't get the memo, did you? Nice move, Morris. Back to Antonio on both ends.
You've got Matthew down for North Gwinnett. Took a hit to the head.
And we'll check that out down there. Let's see. And now Coach Garner, Matt Garner, is like, obviously that should have been a foul, so we've got an official stoppage of play. And Coach Mayweather, being very savvy, will turn it into his own timeout. And you saw that, the ATL Peach Elite Series instant replay. I don't know if we have the replay. Who is that? I'm not sure who that is.
Matthew, the big kid down there, Brandon, who scored and been such an effective part. This will be a tough blow if they lost him for any extended period of time with 2:15 left, down 8.
Brandon Maffei, yeah. Let's take a look at him. He's up under his own power. And I think he'll be okay. He's going to go to the locker room and take a look at it. So hopefully the young man will be okay. No speculations on the injury, and we'll be back to live ball action. It'll be Joseph, Ethan Smith, Leafson, Ryan Smith, and Dylan Smith. The 5 on the floor for the North Gwinnett Bulldogs. For Central Gwinnett, it'll be Xavier Kofer, Kevin Lewis Charles, Kevin Stamps, Quentin Turner, and Derek Lawrence, the 5 on the floor for Central Gwinnett. So here's Ethan Smith. He will bring it into the forecourt, kicks it up ahead to Mikey Joseph. Joseph now off to the top side is Ryan Smith. They come off the pop. Here's Ethan Smith. They want to catch that thing and shoot it if they can off those pin downs. Long three, no good by Leafson. Stamps gets the rebound. He gets it up ahead to Quentin Turner. Turner lead pass up to Lewis Charles. Kevin now he swings it in the corner. Good ball movement. Now going to attack below the foul line. Got a shot. A 3-ball. Top side. Bang, bang. All 3 of them. Quentin Turner, his second 3 of the game.
A double-digit lead now for Central Gwinnett.
Yeah, they pushed it out to 11, and Garner has to take the timeout. It will be a full timeout taken with 1:38 to go here in the third. Central Gwinnett with a nice little push. They lead 53-42. You know, Brandon Clay, you get that music, sometimes you just want to pat your foot. YMCA just rocked us during the timeout. He's Brandon Clay. I'm Joel Hillsman. It is the Jared Cook Tip-Off Classic, North Gwinnett High School, and we're in a nightcap. North Gwinnett, the whole school trailing now, coming out of the timeout. Leeson forced to 3, and they tip and fight for it, and Kevin Stamps is going to come away with it. Not a basket out of the timeout. Nice lead pass. Nice touch pass, and a foul from behind.
That shot from Leafston is a result of Steph Curry. Shoots it, legs flailing, like, oh, come on now. Stay tight. Now you're going to see the ball pushed in transition here. The unselfish pass. Oh, give me one more. Whoop. Good pass and go to the line, man.
Little touch pass. Yeah, Kevin Lewis Charles. You remind me of that video.
With all those guys shooting those terrible shots. Oh, man, that's one of my favorite watches right now. If you haven't seen it, you probably could just go to, like, Google it. Just type in guys taking bad shots. Whole team takes bad shots on one possession. It's just unbelievable, man.
And you know what it also made me think of? You know how when you're playing NBA 2K and you always get the offensive rebound late.
This is what I'm talking about right here, man. This is what happens when we're not on the air. But what are y'all doing? We're watching YouTube videos of playing NBA 2K16. I love it. Hey, in the meantime, Central Gwinnett continues to find ways to stretch the lead. Right on cue, it's like they heard me. Look at the unselfishness here from the Black Knights.
They are really feeling good, and as you mentioned, they are stretching the lead. As we go under a minute, it's pushed out to 15 now. North Gwinnett used a lot of knit and grit and jumping up the game. Now at the moment, they're going to have to find something on offense, which has been their struggle most of the day.
Well, and Ethan Smith gave him a couple of buckets. That's a quality shot right there for him. But we talked about the inability to score from the perimeter. And if you watch Central Gwinnett, and we talked about this even when Central was struggling earlier, as you see Stamps with the long 3, but we talked about Central Gwinnett struggling to get buckets in transition. Well, now you see Central Gwinnett getting buckets in transition again, getting easy shots.
Nice
what a great pass. Got to find a way to convert that quick, man. You got to get those two and the foul there.
Joseph was fouled there on a beautiful dime drop-off. Well, not the dime because it's not an assist, but a beautiful pass by Dylan Smith. 20.9 to go, third quarter. 57 to 42. And at the free throw line is Mikey Joseph. Joseph, 1 of 2 from the line today. Missed the first one. He'll get one more. Takes his time. It's good. Roy splits him. Oh, hit them both. Excuse me. Made them both to make it 13. 16 seconds to go. Central Gwinnett can get the last shot with Darren Lawrence controlling the offense, and he gives it off to Quentin Turner with 8 seconds. Turner now back to Lawrence with 6.
Nice high ball screen. Oh, man.
Broke his own ankle.
We talked about, again, the way that North gets their points. Off ball screens, pin downs, action. Central Gwinnett immediately went to the high ball screen there to try to score to let Lawrence play it. They got the pop, and Stamps is a pick and pop guy. Remember that. He's not a pick and roll guy. He doesn't want to roll to the rim. He wants to pop for the jumper. He did just that, but they weren't able to convert it clean to get him to look at it.
Adam Jones a heave at half court. It is no good. We move now to the fourth quarter right here. SUV TV, the SUVTV.com.
The 2015 Jared Cook Tip-Off Classic, powered by SUV TV, sponsored by Marco's Pizza, authentic Italian pizza, Katie Customs, the official custom socks of the Jared Cook Classic, Motive Deals, motivated, digital, fundraising, and CoachHimmy.com. The coach's source for X's and O's.
Hey, what are we? Are we the old section that doesn't finish games? Are we the new section?
They gonna get beat, man. We welcome you back to North Gwinnett High School, Swanee, Georgia. The final quarter on the first day of the Jared Cook Tip-Off Classic. And Central Gwinnett, a 13-point lead. And Brandon, in that huddle with Central Gwinnett, what message did Coach Merriweather send?
His first defensive possession, this first defensive possession is huge. They've got to come out on this first defensive possession and send a message that this game is theirs by getting a stop right here.
Ball knocked out of bounds. Leifson is in there. So it'll be Leifson, Ethan Smith, Brandon Maffei, who's back into the contest. Glad to see he's back. Mikey Joseph, and Adam Jones, the 5 on the floor for the North Gwinnett Bulldogs. Morris, Stamps, Hillary, Lawrence, and Turner, the 5 on the floor for Central Gwinnett, and a foul is called. And that'll be on Stamps. Kevin Stamps picks up the foul. North Gwinnett with only one team foul. There's a 3 out of the corner, no good. Hillary tipped and fought for the rebound, and he comes away with it, and then he dribbled out of bounds on the line. Ethan Smith was there applying pressure, and that may have had something to do with it.
Well, and that's tough. You got the stop you wanted. Not through a fault of Hillary's there. He was trying to get out of the mix and just couldn't get out of it. But you couldn't get the ball advanced, change the field per se.
Pressure ball.
Leifson holds it. Now he goes
Good
down
post
to
feed.
Joseph.
Good post feed and a tough finish there. Joseph came up short the last time, but I like the footwork. He comes back this time. He's able to convert. That's a big shot. It took him about 40 seconds, though. It took Central about 3 seconds for that.
Quentin Turner, a 3-ball. That is his 3rd 3 of the evening. I like the lefty jump hook by Mikey Joseph.
That was tough, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Another place you talk about the manufacturing, and now keep an eye here on this clock. 60-46 with just a shade over 7 left. That's going to be, I believe, the 16th foul. It is on Central. One more, and they're going to be in the bonus the rest of the way. Again, putting a team that struggled in the half court on the free throw line for the remainder of the game. Mikey Joseph isn't struggling. He's talking to himself, too. That's when you know you're starting to feel it, when you start talking to yourself inaudibly and ain't nobody around.
Back-to-back jump hooks with the left hand for Mikey Joseph. They're going to try and make a push. A minute gone by here in this 4th quarter. 12-point Central Gwinnett lead, 60-48. Swings it over to right to Hillary. Hillary now to Morris. Morris going to put it on the floor. Go baseline. Kick it back to the top to Stamps. Stamps going to fake. Go to the lane. He fell down. No travel call. Joseph with it in transition. It's a slow break. And he tried to get up to Jones. A poor pass. And it was taken away by Quentin Turner with the steal. Now going to drive Morris all the way. Lefty layup. No, off the window. Rebound comes down to Ethan Smith. It's the ball. Mikey Joseph. Joseph all the way. Shot up. No good. I'm sorry. The ball player came out of me right there.
No, I love it. Well, that's one of the things you've seen, from a night deal tonight with North. They had that little stretch there in the second when they made the run. But by and large, they've struggled to push the ball in transition. And honestly, once again, given the makeup of the team, that's not where they're going to excel anyway. They're really going to excel on nights where they can make open shots, where Leifson goes 4 for 10 from the three-point line and not 1 or 2 for 10. He's going to have to get those types of shots and stick them in order for them to be able to win games. You think about if he's shooting 40% from the 3 line tonight, great play there from Central there, Antonio with the finish, but he's shooting 40%. All of a sudden this game is a little bit different, so they're going to need him to make shots with the way that the dynamic of this team is made up.
I love the screen roll action right there. Antonio with the hoop. North Gwinnett working. There's Adam Jones. Jones scoreless and missed his only free throw attempt of the day.
Good D. Be a Turner there. Nice post entry.
Joseph Turner with the right hook foul.
Well, now that's a situation. They'll be at the line the remainder of the game on any foul. Starting right now, and now you got to find a way to capitalize. You've struggled in the half court, all of which is fine. We talked about these teams playing in the high 60s based on the early pace. Central's still there. North Gwinnett is not. This is a good way for North Gwinnett to get there.
And right now, they're, and yes, they are in the 1-and-1, but it was a shooting foul call, and Joseph strokes it in.
That's what we're not doing.
He is 4 of 5 from the free throw line and makes that one. He's 5 of 6.
Well, and he's been the catalyst right now. 6 points already in the quarter, 2 quick turnarounds, scores, and then 2 free throws, giving him good quality minutes right now is Joseph.
Maffei picks up the foul. Only North Gwinnett's 3rd foul here in the second half. Morris being worked on by Ethan Smith. Going to dribble with the left hand, go all the way. Lost it. A turnover. Ethan Smith with it. He's got Leifson running with him. Ethan now surveying the floor. Slow secondary break. Sweeping layup. No. Tip rebound to Maffei. Maffei stop up and counted and the foul. Brandon Maffei and one.
Well, and that's the thing the North was able to do. Even Ryan Smith early in the game there in the second quarter, they were able to convert, as you're going to see the replay right here, Joel, putting themselves in position to make shots off of rebounds and finish. Even if they don't convert the first opportunity, whether it's the Leeson replay we showed earlier, the Smith replay we showed earlier, now the Maffei replay that we're showing now, a lot of what North has done tonight has been that lunch pail, second chance opportunity, ability to score, convert, and in this case, go to the free throw line to cut it back to single digits.
Yeah, we don't have the rebounding numbers, but I'm pretty sure they have the rebounding edge, especially offensively.
No question. Well, it's what you would expect when you line these two teams up, knowing that Central's two air quote post presences, especially on the floor right now, Stamps and Hillary want to face the basket. You know, they don't have a guy, you know, outside of possibly Antonio that really is an interior-oriented guy, where Joseph is showing he'll rebound it. You got Maffei who's showing he'll rebound it. Ryan Smith, even though he's smaller, he wants to rebound it. They got guys that want to rebound the basketball.
Push it.
Maffei unable to complete the three-point play. Lead now is at 10, a workable margin. We've played 3 minutes into this fourth quarter, 5 minutes left. And a traveling violation called on Derek Lawrence.
Derek, find him. 13. Let's go, Black.
We talked about Green Forest and how they had so many players to score. Central Gwinnett has 9 players that have put the ball in the basket tonight.
Well, and so much of it has come from this right here, which is transition.
Nice easy layup, nothing fancy with it. Got them 2 points from Jaquan Morris. Morris now up to 14.
As you had two, North Gwinnett guys round up on the floor, so you have the numbers.
Leafson now in the corner to Ethan Smith. Tried to feed it in. Kevin Stamps knocked it away. A turnover. A steal. Stamps gets the steal and gives it over to Lawrence.
And you see Mayweather saying, let's go. You know, even if you have 1 or 2 of those possessions like that, you've gotten so much good out of pushing the basketball that you're going to take a turnover or 2 if that comes with it.
North Gwinnett calls a timeout. And I think Coach Mayweather maybe wants that spot looked at. That's the second time Lawrence has went in there and lost his footing. Hillsman and Brandon Clay here with you from North Gwinnett High School. A 12-point game, 4:20 to go, and North Gwinnett with the white moving left to right will inbound it. And Dylan Smith now will cross it between the rings and give it over to Leafson. Leafson picked up by Lawrence. Gonna go down low. Maffei shot up, no good. Rebound by Stamps.
Good.
And let's see, Stamps just wanted to let you know he got the rebound. A little acting there by Dylan Smith to try to get the call. Coach Garner obviously didn't like that call.
Well, this has been good. I mean, both ways. You know, obviously, I'm sure Coach Garner, when he goes back and watches the film here, you know, we'll see, you know, just the inability to execute offensively at times has hurt them. They've gone through some droughts. But the energy has been there. You're going to get the foul there.
Free throws.
Yep. And again now, putting a team that has struggled to score in the half court on the free throw line. But Coach Garner will see what they've got to work with and kind of where they're at. And then Coach Mayweather, he was already saying to his team, listen, we can't come down here now and get empty trips. Empty is no shots on goal, not necessarily a missed shot, but just not even getting shots on goals, turning the ball over, Lawrence ball on the floor, and the travel call. We need to get a shot on goal every single possession.
Smith free throw is good. That's his first free throw of the day. He's 1 of 1. And you look up 347. We've talked about how North Gwinnett hasn't had an identity. One of the things is if Central Gwinnett continues to put them on the free throw line, you have to look at, is North Gwinnett attacking? Because they haven't been able to attack to draw the fouls.
Agreed. And that's something that, Coach Mayweather's team will have to be smart about doing. I said, now you get a foul off the ball. Looks like they're going to hit Stamps. Yep. They hit Stamps, and that's an offensive foul, so it's not going to put them on the line.
It's a turnover.
Again, an empty trip with no shot. Exactly what Coach Mayweather talked about not wanting now. 2 trips in a row they've gotten, trips without shots on goal.
Coach Mayweather still lobbying with the ref. Leifson is going to inbound it over to Ethan Smith. It's a 10-point game if North Gwinnett wants to continue to make a push. There's a corner 3. It's going to hit up. No. Rebound tip. Adam Jones with the rebound. He missed it. Offensive rebound by Leifson. Leifson kicks it out. There's Devin Smith. Smith back to Leifson. Leifson wants to pull the trigger. Good closeout defensively by Morris. Between the rings is Ethan Smith. Smith now gets the screen from Joseph. Now he's going to drive. Stop. Tried to go up off the window. It's not there. Rebound, and the steal is going to come away. No rebound. That's going to be a steal. Steal coming away. That's Quentin Turner. Turner kicks it over to Morris. A 3-ball. No good. Rebound, skied for and gotten by Adam Jones.
The ebb and flow of this game is so interesting to watch North Gwinnett. As you see Jones with the tough finish, but you're watching North play without Cam Calhoun, who graduated and is gone on. And it reminds me a lot of watching Central Gwinnett 2 years ago once Sean Jones left. Sean Jones was a big-time scorer. So was Calhoun. And you spend 5 to 7 games just trying to figure out how to score without that person.
There's Quentin Turner. The shot is up, no good. Leifson gets the rebound. The thing about it, I like how Jones just scored there. Why hasn't he? Where has that been most of this game?
Well, what's interesting? I think for Jones, honestly, right now his skill set is still emerging and developing. So that's not a play that consistently, whether a Kevon Tucker can do things like that. That's not in Jones' wheelhouse more times than not. Still obviously added to his game, but that's not something that we're going to expect from him, at least in the early part of the season, as they're making that transition. Cam Calhoun did that. That was Cam Calhoun's job last year, and then find Leifson when it was taken away from him. This year they're having to try to manufacture it by committee, at least here early.
2:23 to go, 8-point ball game, and note that North Gwinnett is in the bonus. 64 to 56. Taking a look at the book quickly, Ethan Smith has 7 points, and you mentioned needing 4 threes, and he only has 2 of them.
Well, at this point, again, he's taking a number of them. Any 2 of them puts them down 2. You know what I mean?
You're right.
Any 2 of them puts them down 2. And then, when you go into the game on paper for us, there are some things that you expect to see happen and some things that are keys to the game. And that definitely is a key to a game. As you see, it looks like Morris might be bleeding as he talked to Coach Mayweather there. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, he does have blood on him.
Bleeding pretty good. They're going to get a sub for him there.
Yep, infection control. Adam Jones will be going to the free throw line as we see there. Jones attacked again.
Well, and you saw that one wasn't nearly as fluid as that first one was in terms of the finish. He got there, but it was kind of out of the box and out of the pocket, whereas that first one looked a little more fluid. So when you see Jones attack, you got to expect some variation in terms of his ability to finish at the rim. Fortunately, they got the foul call there.
Kofor up off the bench as Morris goes behind the North Gwinnett bit, and the North Gwinnett training staff will help deal with him. Adam Jones, meanwhile, at the free throw line, knocks in the first. 2:04 to go, and Kevin Stamps also checks back in for the Black Knights. Jones will get 1 more. Quiet evening for Mr. Jones. 1 of 2 from the free throw line and 2 points, and now he's 1 of 3 from the free throw line. So 3 total points of the game for Adam Jones. Okay, here comes Hillary. Hillary put it on the floor, peeled it back out, and they'll set it up. Cassandra now worked on by Jones. Cassandra gives it over to Hillary. Hillary will come and peel it back out. Going to work on some of that clock now. 1:45 to go. Ethan Smith shot the passing lane, tried to get the steal. Oh, what's Quentin Turner?
Tough move there by Turner. The three-point specialist putting the ball on the deck and attacking the rim.
That is his first two-pointer of the day.
Leafson hits the three. You know, a guy that shoots it that well, if you give him clean looks for too long, he's going to hit one eventually.
Gonna try and make a push. It's a 6-point game, 66-60. 1:20 to go. Gonna have to try and get a count on them though.
Well, and this is the night where Central Gwinnett, we talked about them not having Zion and Jamal John here early. They could use one, if not both, here late to help handle the basketball. And they're getting ready to be in the bonus here. I think that was North's last foul to give. Put Central on the bonus the rest of the way, if I'm not mistaken.
Gonna need to, too, with 74 seconds remaining, inbounding into the backcourt. Cassandra has it, and he's gonna come up. Leeson gives the other foul. And he's got those fouls to give. That'll be just his second.
No, that was the last foul to give there. They'll be shooting on the next one.
Yeah, they got one more. Looking to inbound and does the Stamps. Dylan Smith went for the steal, and now a foul will be given by Brandon Maffei.
Well, now the ability to make free throws. You know, you don't want to come here, miss the front end of the 1-and-1. That's basically a turnover. Sidebar, if you are a Georgia football fan, things are dire straits right now. 17-17 with Georgia Southern. They're locked into a battle the same way we are here.
And Stamps missed that free throw.
Exactly what we talked about, not being able to go miss the front end of the 1-and-1.
A long three out of the corner, no good. Stamps ripped it down. Is that going to be over the back?
Nah, they're going to get him with the jump ball, and that's the right call.
Yeah.
Now, if he didn't make the contact, people talk about over the back all the time. That's fine. You've got to make contact and establish position before you can get the reach-in call there from the opposing rebounder, and they didn't do that. Stamps with the tie-up.
And then North Gwinnett, of course, to stop the clock, gives the foul. 56 seconds, 56 and 4/10 seconds. Jalen Hillary will be going to the free throw line. Hillary with 15 points in the contest. He hit 3 threes so far today.
Well, and that's a guy you want going to the line. You know, if he misses it, we call it honest. Those are honest misses. That's a guy you want taking these free throws right now.
First one good on the front end. Push the lead out to 7. 56 and 4/10 seconds.
Yeah, he's a guy who will play the 4 the majority of the year for Coach Mayweather's team. But when you look at the makeup, especially from a shooting perspective, him and then obviously Turner's established himself as a shooter as well. And those two are probably the 2 best shooters on the team. So those are the guys you're looking for in these late game situations to get to the line.
Leafson gets around the screen. They got 3, was blocked by Stamps. Ball is still knocked free. Ethan Smith is going to pick it up. Pump fake, forces up to 3, no good. DeLon Smith underneath gets the rebound. Has to go up before he gets a 3-second. It's no good. 35 seconds left, and Macy gives the foul.
Great defense there by Stamps.
Yeah, Stamps.
Great defense there by Stamps on the interior. And you saw for the first time North Gwinnett have to try to use the high ball screen for Leafson. But kind of what we've talked about, they're not in a position, Leafson that is, to really be able to create off of that. So if you're Central, you don't have to respect it the way you do a guy that can turn the corner and get downhill. You can play it and kind of jump up and press it, and that's what they were able to do and still contest the shot, force it to try to go to Smith there in the corner.
Mikey Joseph checked in. He has 16 for North Gwinnett. Front free throw, no good. Rebound comes down to Ethan Smith. I was running my mouth thinking that would seal the game. Ethan Smith, I know better than that. Smith kicks it to the top to Adam Jones. Jones puts it on the deck, goes below the free throw line, and a foul on Jalen Hillary, and he'll go to the free throw line. Coach Mayweather didn't agree with that one. Coach Garner. Now, we talked about Mayweather looking fly, but Garner, this is his first game as the coach at North Gwinnett. He got the suit on.
Oh, real crisp. Hey, real smooth, man. The nice tie. Hey, it's that real Wolf of Wall Street look, man. It's working for him, man. I see you down there, Coach.
Yes.
Couple more suits like that, he'll be on the list too, man.
Pretty much. You got to look good, though, in your opening game.
Oh, no question. You're at home hosting a great event. I want to make sure I shout out Jared Cook, playing in the NFL now, but Jared actually was around his older brother, Jason, played with Madden, and Jared was right behind those guys. So a lot of family legacy here. Their sister Winter also attended North Gwinnett. Great family, from the parents to the kids and everybody involved. And Jason, in the midst of having himself a nice, solid pro career there in the NFL right now, definitely want to wish them all the best.
Hillary is at the free throw line trying to put the ball game away. He makes both free throws, and that may do it. They will push it out to 8 as we now go under 15 seconds, and a turnover for North Gwinnett. Going to give it up to Hillary. Hillary on the break. They'll peel it back out, and a foul given by Mikey Joseph. Well, the first day of the 3-day Jared Cook Classic, the Jared Cook Tip-Off Classic, will come to an end. And, of course, we will be right back here, thesuvtv.com, Monday. Tip time for our first game will be 3:45. We've got 4 games for you. And then, of course, we'll be back on Tuesday. Tip time for our first game will be at 2:10 Eastern. And we hope you join us across the network, thesuvtv.com. Hillary splashes in both free throws. And that will put the sealant on this particular ball game. 72-62, Ethan Smith with an easy, uncontested layup. And the clock will run out, and the season opener is won by the Central Gwinnett Black Knights over the North Gwinnett Bulldogs, 72-64. For Brandon Clay, I'm Joel Hilsman. I'd like to thank our entire staff here at SUV TV. We'll see you back here at North Gwinnett High School Monday for the Jared Cook Tip-Off Classic Day